Just bounce to this.
Hey, how's it going, everyone? My name is Brandon Clements, and welcome back to part 9 of our Substance Painter tutorial series here on Glasshand. What we're going to do today is just jump into the project, and we're going to start working with different layers to add some more interest to some of those other materials. Okay, so we're going to go a little bit faster, so if you guys are new to the software, definitely check out some of the other videos. I go at a little slower pace, but without further ado, let's go ahead and jump into Substance Painter. Okay, so here we are in Substance Painter where we left off. Let's go ahead and go down to the bottommost part and look at what we haven't started on yet, which is the headband. We'll open this folder up and we can see everything's been actually segregated out. So this is our base color that I had put there before. I'm actually going to rename this to base because I'm going to start focusing on some more advanced, well, I shouldn't say advanced, but you know, I'm going to start putting more than one channel on one layer, okay? So this will be the base, and it will hold the color, roughness, and metallic information. Okay, so let's go ahead and zoom into this headband, and I just want to add some dirt to this. So the first thing we want to do is add this generator, and this is going to get us off to a good start. So we want to use color and roughness information, okay, in this generator. This generator is going to give us some dirt. So straight away you can see that we do have some dirt and that it's really laid up on thick here on the very top part. And if we like start messing with some of the different dirt level controls here, you can see that we can scale that dirt back. But you can see that it's affecting the roughness and it's affecting our color information. The color information, we would like to multiply this so that it just gets darker in the top parts. So the way that we can do that and fix the color is by focusing here where it says base color. That's our target. And we have this actual generator. We can change the blending mode here to multiply. And then instantly we multiply that effect and it becomes a lot more rough looking in that top spot. Now we need just to go into the roughness. Let's focus on our roughness. And we want to make sure that this isn't so shiny. So we can just click on our base layer and you can see that our roughness is pretty rough. So it was shiny. Let's move it up to the other end where it is rough. And it looks like we'll need to change the blending mode as well here. So let's, with it targeted to roughness, let's go ahead and change it to multiply and see what that gives us. Actually, let's go ahead and change it to add. And now you can see that all those values that were white were just added on top of here. So let's tweak it a little bit more. Okay, so this is looking pretty cool. I think this is somewhere around where I would like it to be. Let's just say somewhere around 0.5 or so. And then the white values that were there before from this generator are being added on top of this 0.5 roughness, and you can see here that it's creating these kind of cool looking spots. But we can always come back into this generator, and what's so powerful is now that we have the color, let's go ahead and change this back to base color. We have the color information and the roughness being driven through this one generator. So as I change the dirt level and the contrast and everything that you see here, it's going to change it accordingly with the color. Okay, so we'll get the result that we want. So I kind of want to make this pretty dirty. So let's see what we can do here as we increase this amount. Let's actually change the scale as well. Okay, so that's looking pretty good. Let's maybe go to 6 and then let's start to move up this grunge amount. And sorry, let's actually just kind of keep tweaking. I'm not seeing exactly what I want yet. Kind of take the contrast down a little bit. Okay, so I think that's pretty good for now. We can always keep adding more effects, like a levels effect to this, and we can tweak individually the roughness or the base color. So let's go into the roughness. and we can mess with the gamma. So we could tweak this here as well if we wanted a little bit more extra control on top of that. So we could maybe start clipping some of the white. So maybe it only goes to 0.8. We can start clipping some of the black so that it only goes to 0.18 or so. So then we know that our values are falling in this range on the roughness scale. Conversely, let's go ahead and go to the base color and start tweaking that. We can get some more contrast in the base color if we move this gamma over. Okay, and we can hit C on the keyboard. This is our roughness. You can see how rough this is at the very top. It's very super rough where the dirt has collected on the top portion. Let's keep going through. Here's our base color. You can see our base color is just way too dark. So let's see if we can tweak it a little bit there. Now we get some variation in color in the base color. So let's hit M on the keyboard to go back to the material. And that's looking exactly how I wanted it. So this is looking really nice with minimal effort. But I hope you can see, especially if you've been following this series, that you don't have to go necessarily into, let's go into the white plastic. You don't necessarily need to have your certain channels put on certain layers. It's just all how you want to work. I want to show you guys how I like to work, and let you guys decide for yourself what you think is best. And if it's like a hero asset, or you need like an incredible amount of control, or you're working with other artists, it kind of makes sense to lay it out on a per layer basis. But for me, most of the time when I'm jumping in here to Substance Painter, I want to get in and out as quickly as possible and back into Octane and start rendering or start sending things on to clients. So I usually just throw a lot of this onto like one layer and name it base. So with experience, it gets easier to put them on one layers. Anyways, I'll stop babbling. Let's go ahead into the visor, and let's just call this visor base. Okay, and we're kind of going to do mostly the same thing. Let's go ahead and activate our roughness and our metallic. So those are being red here on the base portion. Let's move our roughness to super shiny, and I just want there to be some imperfections. So we already have our base being very shiny, and let's work from that. So let's add another effect. We're going to add another generator. These generators are awesome. I could use them all day. We can even add metallic into here. If some parts needed to be starkly like metal and non-metals, you can use the levels adjustments to keep making changes to those. But let's see here, what do we got? Let's add this dripping effect. Let's see how we can work with this on the eyes. So let's first work on the base color. And we want to change the blending mode to multiply. So let's go ahead and turn on symmetry on this model. We want to wipe away the roughness. So let's add a paint effect, and we are on the roughness channel. So we want to paint with a black color. So we only want to paint on the roughness channel, and we want it to be this dark color. So let's go ahead and start let's use a different brush. Kind of use this dirt brush and just kind of in the center portions here, kind of like scrub this away a little bit. Let's make our brush a little bit smaller. Kind of brush this away. So now we got a little bit of dirt, and it kind of looks like it's been smeared off of there, and we're using symmetry. So let's turn off the symmetry. So that's a quick way of adding some roughness in with dirt, and then using a paint effect to only affect the roughness channel in the layer stack, and just wipe that away by using a very shiny measure here. So let's go ahead and I just want to peek into the roughness channel a little bit And look at that. And let's turn on symmetry once again. Make sure that's on. And you can see as we're painting this back how it's working with everything. Okay, so you get very detailed in your different map types there. Okay, so let's shut that symmetry off. And let's continue. I'll hit M on my keyboard to go back to material view. So that was the visor. Let's quickly go ahead and work on the teeth, and then in the next lesson we will finish off the cheek, the pipes, the tubes, and the earpiece. I can't promise if we can get that all into one video, but we'll try our best. So let's go ahead and work on the teeth. Let's see what we got here. We got the fill layer, so we have the color. Let's go ahead and get the roughness in there and the metallic portion. And we're going to do, again, the same type of thing. We're going to add a generator. And let's check out the generators, and let's use the dirt once more. Okay, so let's check out that dirt. We don't need height or metal or normal, just the roughness. And we need to change the scale. We need to scale this up. Looks a little bit too large. Let's keep scaling this up. Since it's a small texture resolution here on the 2D view, we need to keep scaling this to kind of make it look right. Let's kind of tweak the grunge amount a little bit, and the dirt level, and then let's go ahead and add another effect. We're going to add a levels effect, and then we're going to concentrate on just the roughness. So let's go ahead and just concentrate on the roughness. We'll say roughness here. We want to roughness to appear, we want to clamp it maybe to 0.8, and we don't want it any shinier than 0.3. Okay, and then let's go into the base color and make sure that this dirt again is multiplying, so that we don't get the whiteness there. We want that white to multiply over top of the black and just make it darker. I'm going to add another levels, and I'm going to make this levels be the base color, and I'm just going to add a little bit of contrast to it. Okay, so I have a levels for the base color. I have a levels for the roughness that's kind of clamped at, it doesn't get any shinier than 0.16, and it doesn't get any more rough than 0.8 or so. And you can see that here. Okay, I think that will finally do it for this tutorial. So thanks a lot, guys, for tuning in and checking this one out. We'll be back in Octane and Cinema 4D soon. I just want to show you some of these other softwares, like Substance is just so awesome. The fact that we're able to have this much control and flexibility over these different channels to create shaders is just amazing, and I've never had more fun doing it. In Substance, I've used Mari before, and I think Mari is an amazing piece of software. But there's just something about Substance that's so much fun. I think it's a flexibility with the channels in each layer that just leads to endless possibilities. So definitely stick around. If you guys like this series, please give it a thumbs up. It really helps me a lot to decide what I'm going to do next. So thanks a lot. I can't say that enough. I'll be talking to you guys real soon, and we'll see you in the next one. Take care.